ladies and gentlemen. We are Nice Entertainment.
With conversations flow so free. He big like just tell the Philly DC.
Oh man, are we alive?
The corner is the place to be. With conversations flow so free. He big like just tell the Philly DC. Bringing you the knowledge, come and see. Step into the corner where knowledge finds its way with Pete, Big Mike, Jess, Dell, and Philly DC. Every day they bring the laughter, bring the tales. A podcast segment that never ever fails. Pete, the host with charm and grace, leads the conversations at a steady pace. Big Mike brings the humor, making us smile with jokes and stories that go the extra mile. Yeah. And then there's Jess, the wise and thoughtful voice, shares insights that make us rejoice. Del, the deep thinker with unique perspective, expands our minds with thoughts that are so reflective. Last but not least, there's Philly DC, captivates us with stories that he knows the streets. Yeah, together they create a harmonious blend.
We got a special guest that just came into the corner. We'll go ahead and bring it on with it, man. Hurry up. We'll bring it in right now. Y'all know I haven't really met him.
Yeah, stop hating. Hey, stop hating. Stop hating.
What's up, bro?
Stop hating. Stop hating.
What's up, what? What's going on?
Hey, yo, let me get a time check real quick. You hear me loud?
Loud as shit, man. Loud as shit. Look right here, man. Welcome to the corner, Al. Welcome to the corner. It's good to have you on.
What's up?
Man, what's up, bro?
Brother, how you been?
So tune into the corner,
good,
let your
man. Yo,
mind
introduce yourself.
explore. Repeat Big Mike, just
yourself, brother. I know
Philly
you know what
DC
I'm talking
for sure.
No doubt.
Their
So,
voices will guide
my name
you
is
through topics far and
Al Price
wide.
on
You got a real life
Knowledge
baby.
and
Hey, we go ahead and bring him in. Cheers. A bunch of cheers for my man. What up, Big Jackson?
Hey, let me hit you back, Nate.
What the world? What's gonna be on?
Here we go.
You tell me. What's up?
Hey, you know, hey, Philly all day, baby. Philly all day. Listen.
Yeah, we got another guest. We got another guest in the building, man. So we'll bring him right here. He should be on there, but he ain't. But we'll bring him right in. Y'all know him as Dale. We call him Landale or Big Dale or Big Brown. What's up, big homie? What's good?
He ain't no damn guest. He ain't no.
Man, where you at looking fresh? Where you at?
What you in Marshall? You in Marshall? Hey, look at that.
What the
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't play that intro twice. Don't play the intro twice. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. Everybody, we can hear everybody. Suarez, what's going on? First in the chat. Big deal to be first in the chat. Make sure I got everything set up. The disclaimer didn't go off. So without further ado. It's time! Anything that comes from unpopular celebrities is all unofficial. None of the conversations or comments from us or our guests represent DOD or the armed forces as a whole. Good morning, team. How are y'all?
Good afternoon.
Afternoon. Yeah, you're right.
What up?
Philly, off to you. Philly.
Pardon?
I thought you were going to do your little introduction thing.
First of all, it ain't a little introduction thing. It is a normal thing. And did I mention a couple of shows ago that intro you play, that little sound bite, is whack and corny? Am I the only one that thinks this? That is not appropriate for a podcast.
How you don't get
But anyway,
hype
I
off of that?
digress.
How you don't get hype?
Good
off
morning, everyone. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. I am Philly DC, one of the co-hosts, and to my left, the engineer. If you want to call him a podcaster,
Oh,
Pete,
shit.
the lovely Jessica Player, and the dog in the background as well. He's a special guest. And my man Dale Brown, live and direct on his leave from Kusan Air Base, Korea. Reds in the Wire, open fire. We are your unpopular celebrities. We thank you for joining us. If this is your first time, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. You can catch our podcast live on Facebook as you can now, and also on YouTube, and also where you get your Apple Podcasts. This edition is called The Corner. So let me preface this by saying, all you folks that are normally in the comments, they got all these great things to say. This is your opportunity to get on with the team. What does that mean? You let Pete know, send him a message or send us one, say, yo, I want to get on the show. I got some crap I want to talk about. We will send you the link. We'll get you on. We'll take good care of you. Give you a minute or two. You can sign off whatever you want. So with all that being said, let's get started, shall we?
Oh no, we will sign you off. You don't get an option. We will kick you out. You don't get no option. For us on the Facebook side, for y'all watching on the Facebook side, 200 stars will get your comments pinned from now on. So new feature that Facebook gave us. So that's pretty cool. So 200 stars donated will get your comments pinned. Up to you. Jess, good afternoon. How are you this Sunday? Sunday care. What do you call it? Care Sunday?
Happy self-care Sunday.
Self-care. There we go. Self-care. I like
Hey,
your shirt.
Soul food. Yes, Tamori had practice today, so I took the kids out. It was out in Frederick Douglass High School in Atlanta, and then I took the babies out to Atlanta Breakfast Club for brunch. So I just looked at them because it's Ramadan. They were good. I had my water as a modified fast. But other than that, they came home. I gave them Sunday dinner because we had the storms here last night. So I cooked last night. I warmed it up for them. So now they're in there eating, looking at something on Prime Video.
Dale, jet lag. Is jet lag over? How I feel to be back? What's up? You ain't supposed to be shopping at Target.
I was going to ask about Target.
Get him. You ain't supposed to be shopping at Target. No, I'm just joking with you. I'm chilling, man. Oh, we can't hear Dell. Hold on. God, this is the second time this happened. Why? Oh, I know what it is. Okay, hold on. I got you. Thank you, Suarez.
He kicked us out a few times, so at least it's
he disengaged our login,
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
disengaged.
Dale, give a comm check. And Suarez, since you appreciate you.
Yo.
Let us know if you can hear him now. That's my fault. Fault.
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Oh, you know what?
Live and direct.
Why not? The setup. No, it ain't no setup. Sometimes it happens. Let me see. The mute him has.
What's up? What he say?
Johnson said they muted him for shopping at Target. Hey, he
heard me though. Oh no.
No, we ain't do that, Betty.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's funny. Barry, what's up, bro? I need a job.
Can they hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. Everybody can hear you now. He's that beautiful voice. Y'all ain't heard me sing yet. Wait till I sing.
All right, we good.
No,
then.
please don't bother.
I got voice mod. I should be good. Oh
no, don't do it.
It already started. That's not me.
Where'd
Is
Jess
not
go?
me. Damn it.
What is going on, Pete?
No, it's not me. I'm telling you, it's not me.
All right, we good.
Hold on, Jess. I'm so out of all the people to kick out, you know I wouldn't kick you out. Out of all
Just
the people
wild.
on the show,
You little
it would
puss.
be you.
You're such a puss, man. I swear. You a puss.
Don't do that. Yeah,
Yeah,
Jess, out of all the people.
you puss.
See, if I kicked Philly out right now, I would.
You wouldn't have said nothing. You would have been like, oh, well, you little puss.
Continue the show.
Yeah, keep the show rolling.
Exactly.
Hey, no one man makes up the show. But yeah.
You little puss.
See, Chief, why do I think you are the chief
I can't see
of the troublemaker? Oh, hold on, Dale, I got you. No, you should
like
be able to see.
The other screen's up and it's like not showing. Maybe because I'm on my iPhone. So
Oh,
this is what it
okay.
is. Yeah.
Oh, it's Colonel Eddie. What's up there? What's going on with you?
Chief, why do I think you are the chief of the troublemaker in the group? Oh, 100%.
Oh, snap.
Hey, 100%. This
Come
must
on,
be your
Colonel
first time
Eddie. You got to
watching.
take my side, sir.
It must be your first time.
I was the trouble chief.
No, yeah, no. It's no. You gotta be more specific.
You've been labeled.
Now,
Dale, what are you
I'll take
thinking?
It's
I
called
will pick it.
Gorilla Mind.
Gorilla Mind.
Getting my mind right.
Don't do that to the baby. The baby don't be on your neck like that.
Yeah. Hey, I've been up since 4, so I need some caffeine.
What she be talking about being up at 4:00 in the morning?
I think just because we had her little birthday yesterday, so she had like a lot of cake and stuff. So I think just the sugar and ice cream and everything threw her off. So like she was just up all night.
Was she 2?
Well, don't do that.
Yeah,
She
2.
did not have a little birthday. Homegirl had a birthday. I'm gonna tell you,
Yeah.
you know that
Yeah.
little trauma word. You know, where
Yeah, I got that from Pete.
it could be like, I ain't your little friend. So don't
Yeah.
do my niece
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, it was a beautiful birthday.
Did y'all have SpongeBob come over?
No. We did like her actual one in Disneyland, but then we did a one here for like the family to come and visit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did Disneyland change at all? I ain't been to Disneyland in
Uh,
forever.
They got a couple of rides that are down for like maintenance, but other than that, I don't think. When was the last time you went?
Bruh.
Years. So it's probably changed
Decades.
since. Yeah, it's probably changed.
You know he the fun killer. He hasn't been anywhere.
For real.
Hey,
How far is Modesto from Disneyland?
Oh, like 6 hours.
Oh shit.
6
far
hours
as
up
here.
north.
Hmm.
Yeah, you can't go up there. You make sure you call me before you go up there.
I got to check in.
Yeah. Make sure you call me. I gotta let the boys know you coming. He good people. Let him slide.
All right.
Let's slide. But that's still be the hood sometimes.
Yeah, I'm good on Modesto.
Yeah. Philly, what's up, man? Any topics to talk about? Because I really don't have nothing today.
I'm actually deep in the comments, putting out stuff to prep people for this conversation.
All right, people, you got something you want to say? Get on with us live.
I got a question. It's for Jess.
Oh.
Could you let me know and the people know that who are interested in doing JROTC when they retire, like what the process is?
Absolutely. So Air Force JROTC has been a hidden gem. You are allowed to come back into a teaching position where you work with Air Universities, specifically the element of JROTC, to get hired. I'll drop the link. I'll pass it over to DC and put it in our comments so you all can see how to get hired as an instructor. But honestly, you're an extension of the military. You are not there to recruit or recruit for the armed forces, but you are there to help produce productive citizens of society. I do enjoy the element that we have added more STEM to the program or process, but I did it for SkillBridge as well, just to see if it was something that I was really interested in. Because obviously you're coming from adults to kids where there should be a level of innocence, and keyword I say should. Some of them kids be, trying you because they operate as adults. So you just got to make sure, do I have the, how can I say it, disposition to pivot and understand at the end of the day that they are still children and you are the adult, just trying to make sure that the program is sustained for the school. On the website, you will see when you're trying to get hired is that it's going to ask you how many years you've been out of the military. You will have to supply a picture of yourself that displays professional image. We no longer do weight management program. It's just long as you look presentable in the uniform. And what I'm saying is you can't be looking like a busted can of biscuits or busted tire. Like you still got to be able to look clean, neat, and serviceable while we're in uniform.
Yeah.
Also, the curriculum is there. So if you've never been a teacher or an instructor in the military, please don't fret. Please do not allow that to deter you because they provide all the lesson plans. When I tell you, like, everything is supplied to you, all you have to do is come in with an attitude and give grace and space. I think it is doable. What they will look at, though, is your rank, meaning are you officer and enlisted? It does not matter what your rank was while you were serving. However, it does matter in regards to your position. So I want to say E5, E6. I want to say E6, but again, I'll post everything for you all where you can come in and be an instructor. They recently changed the pay as well because I currently serve as an enlisted senior aerospace science instructor, and those are typically officer positions, but they have given us a pay increase. I know a lot of people are always worried about that, but what I will say is when you work in these positions, you're able to negotiate with the Board of Education chief financial officer in which you will be employed by. So again, please don't let that deter you. But keep in mind, you're not going to get $175,000 out the gate. I mean, you need to be honest with yourself because when you're on this side, the one thing I will say is that I enjoy being a mother because I am able to work from 7:30 to 2:30 is when my school lets out. We practice for about 30 minutes. So typically I'm done by 3 o'clock, 3:30 every day. But when I tell you, like, I don't have to worry about no staff meetings, faculty meetings for the school district are held at the end of the month. So that's a plus for me. You still have to volunteer and provide what we call LDR activities to your students, which is leadership development opportunities where they present as color guard. Again, you don't have to know how to march. The book is there for you to guide them. But we will drop that link for you all. And if you have any individuals that are interested, please let me know. And I can also interview you because you do have to have an interview as part of your application process. So I am rendering my services out there for free 99 for you all, but I'm available to talk to you all through the process. Thanks, Dale.
That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely something I'm exploring in here in the next 4 years or so.
Just wait until after I get my opportunity. Then you can go ahead and come in.
Yes, man.
Jones, what's up, big dog? It's good to have you on here. Welcome to the show. Swords, I sent you the link. You said you wanted to get on, so you got the link. Let me know if it's working okay, because I don't see you on here yet. Johnson said he just applied for SkillBridge last week.
Nice.
So
Okay.
hopefully everything work out.
Because you know Betty as well. Betty and Chip are getting ready to retire.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. Philly, let me see. I got it. I'm working on it. All right, take your time. Let me know. DEI backlash. Your boss pissed off that dude.
You ain't gotta read it. That's just for everybody else in the comments.
Okay. I got you. Still working. All right, take your time, man. Let me know if you need help getting on, but it should be pretty self-explanatory.
Does he have to use Chrome?
Nah, it
Microsoft,
don't matter. It shouldn't matter.
whatever. It don't matter.
What you using? You on Safari?
I have Chrome because it doesn't work on Safari on my computer.
Okay. Well, hopefully it just work. Hopefully. Mick Williams, everyone retired. I think it's just the time that you came in the military and the friends that you have, that everybody seemed to be retiring at the same time. It's like graduating high school. All your friends start graduating in high school at the same time. You forget about your freshmen and everybody else. But did y'all see that? Dale, y'all started that SRR stuff? Jess, are y'all doing that?
We're doing what?
SRR? Standards Readiness Review?
That's only for active duty, man.
Oh, okay.
Reserve Guard IMA.
Inspection every week, but I mean, we do it anyway with the cadet.
Do they get in trouble for not having a uniform, or you just tell them to fix it?
It's school system. So on Monday, so tomorrow you get full points if you don't have any discrepancies in your uniform wear. But after tomorrow, they get 10 points deducted. On Wednesday, if they don't wear it Wednesday, it's a 0.
Damn. So can they fail ROTC?
Absolutely. And
dang.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, what SkillBridge are you doing? Says SkillBridge has been all love. Don't tell me you're on the Allegiant Vet That's what everybody does.
Y'all think they should stop Skill Bridge with all the federal workers being dismissed?
What up, Wash? Say again, do you think they should stop Skill Bridge?
So with all the federal workers being fired from across the Department of Defense, federal workers in general, do you think they should cease all Skill Bridge applications because of?
I don't think so. I don't think one has anything to do with the other. Unless I'm missing
No,
something.
actually, I think it does. I mean, if you're losing federal workers in your section, what's going to happen to all those duties that they were doing? They're going to have to pass them to somebody else, right?
Right.
So if you're a commander and you've got 7 people in your workforce, and then you're losing 4 of those that are civilian, who's going to do the rest of those jobs?
So you think they should stop it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, but it's a compelling question. I mean, if you think about it, Skill Bridge is not automatic. Most people seem to think that Skill Bridge is guaranteed. It's not. Chad, what's up, bro?
Please
It's
take that out the
not
atmosphere.
guaranteed. It's supposed to be for, like, you think of the mission first. It's like leave. People sometimes think leave is automatic. You're supposed to think of the mission first, but it rarely happens.
So here's
unless
my
it's
question.
an air show.
Here's my question for you, for everybody. Do you think people that only serve 4 years should have Skill Bridge, or is this reserved for people who do 20 and retire, or should it even matter? Where do y'all draw the line on that?
I'll let Dell go first.
Hold on, I can't hear you, Dale.
Oh, he's muted.
Dale, did you meet you?
Oh yeah, my bad.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
My dog was barking. But yeah, wasn't there a recent commander that like based it off of like 4 or 6, like, and like he was like, oh, you only get a month for this, and then 20 years you get the full. Like, I guess that's a commander, like whatever the commander is willing to accept, and if that's the way he or she is gonna give Skill Bridge, I think if it's written and it's fair across the board, whatever the commander wants is pretty much what's going to go. But I think if you get out honorable discharge, I think you should be given opportunity, whatever the commander says. I guess, like, I'm not the one to judge the scale from 6 months to 1 week or whatever it is, but yeah, that's just a conversation that I think the commander needs to get put like to his people. So then there's understanding, because a lot of people just think that they get 6 months and then they're about to separate or retire, and then they get hit with a different number than 6 months, and they go into a frenzy and get all mad. So I think it just needs to get pushed out by the commander himself or so.
Interesting. Don Trail says it was originally designed for junior enlisted and junior officers.
Where did he get that at?
I don't know. Don Trail, where you get that from?
I don't remember hearing that.
Who normally wouldn't have enough time to take advantage of formal education and certificates. Glover said, "What happened when Skill Bridge?
What's up, bro?
What happened when Skill Bridge is done? When we are terminating probabilities, appointing these, including teams and
now we're talking.
What does
Now
that
we're
have to do with
talking.
anything?
Now we're talking.
Oh my God! Go ahead, go on that. I'll get Jess back in. Hey, thanks a lot for the sub.
So let's see what happened. I want to see Glove's comment again so I can talk about that. What happens? Throw that up there again.
Yeah.
Glove's comment. What happens when Skill Bridge is done and when we are terminating probationary appointees,
Sorry, Jess.
including terms and temps? I will say this. I think the termination of federal employees is a total different subject, which I would love to continue to talk about, because I think even with them averting the government shutdown the other day, that still doesn't change what's going on now. And I know there was a judge overturned the piece where you're letting go probationary employees. In fact, they told them to reinstate them, which is good, but it's temporary, because that doesn't mean 30 days from now or 2 weeks from now, they're going to turn around and let them go again. So all the anxiety, the uncertainty the federal employees are facing is beyond me. I can't fathom it.
Real quick,
Fathom.
Dontrell said that he learned that in I missed it. Where'd it go?
Something commander.
There he
schools.
goes. Yeah, SEL course. He said this is what
Yeah.
they are teaching our commanders.
No, that's not true. That's cap. Because here's the thing: when no, that's cap. No. This is not against. This is nothing against Dontrell. There is a narrative in the DoD that some folks think skill bridge is pointless, especially for folks who are senior ranking, because their thought process is: if you're a colonel, if you're a chief, you have education, you have managerial experience, you won't have a problem finding a job. What about the chief who's been a defender for 25, 26 years and they want to be a lawyer? You could use skill bridge for that. No different than a commander who led a force support squadron for 20 years, but they want to be a policeman. I think the problem with skill bridge is it's just like shaving waivers. There are people who are abusing it. Skill bridge is not for you to double dip and have another job on skill bridge, because technically you're still on active duty. I'll pause there. I'm curious to hear what
Jess, I want to hear your thoughts, but real quick, there was an airman who he went and did skill bridge, did 6 months, came back, was supposed to get out the military, and came back into the military, re-enlisted. So he was like a 6-year enlistee, got 6 months of skill bridge, did his skill bridge, was like, I don't want to get out, and then came back. So he pretty much got a 6 months vacation.
But I wouldn't even view it as vacation. And this is, again, personal preference. I just think you do have that choice to come back. But with that person that did that, he will never be allowed to take a skill bridge again. Even
right, correct.
To transition to the next chapter. Now, for me, I'll say, because I did 21 years total time by the time I retired and took skill bridge. But I will honestly say, like, that time is needed because you have been in the grind. But two, I think it's imperative that you understand how to, I ain't gonna say be retired on active duty, but afford your people to step up and fill the gaps for you. Because I remember there would be moments when it came to staff meetings, especially at the group, I would send my senior. Like, I'm not going. Like, you come back and you back brief me if you need me to help you as far as wisdom and experience with your decision making with the commander, I'm there. But I just started to slide myself out to help them like posture and grow. So like when my senior was available, I would send her to the staff meeting and her master sergeant would come down and fill in her gap. So that's what we kind of did to prime our people. Now, I will tell you, skill bridge actually helped me, and I love JROTC, and I'm glad I was able to do it before I really retired and went in there and do it. Because coming from airmen, you know, NCOs and senior NCOs, sometimes I used to want to give their ass a free 2 piece, a left and a right hook. But I knew like I couldn't do that. So like going into that skill bridge and being in that environment, it really kind of helped me soften my shell a little bit. Like, it's still there, don't get me wrong, but it helped me immerse in the environment and prepare myself for when I did move to Georgia.
Glover said, yes, because they did it wrong against our guidance. They tried to do it outside of the RIF process, which is why it was overturned. This includes giving out letters saying they were poor performers when there was evidence that's not true. I must have missed what he's talking about.
Yeah,
Glover's
executive order. Remember the executive order that was signed, and a lot of them received notice that they were being dismissed because of poor performance.
Right.
They showed data that they did not, it wasn't poor performance. So again, a lot of people that are championing these executive orders, you still got to go through the legal channels to make sure what you're doing is right according to the legal letter. But the judge found out it was not. So therefore, that's why those people are coming back.
All right, quick pause. We got our first guest came on the corner. What's up, Suarez? What's going on? Let me do all this. There we go.
Suarez.
There we go.
What's up, brother?
On.
Yo.
Hold on, I gotta make sure you can
Welcome
hear him.
to the show.
Good afternoon.
Like you in a TLF right now.
Opportunity to be here.
Yeah,
I've only waited a few years, so I'm grateful the time just worked out today.
Of course.
Are you
What you want to sound off about?
I'm sorry, what was it?
What you want to sound off about?
I'm sorry.
What you want to sound off about?
Yeah, so Try not to. I'll try not to start off too hot. But yes, I am in TLF. I'm actually at in NCOA right now at Shepherd.
Oh, dope.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Old Shepherd.
Yeah. But so something that's really been working with me for the last few years, we'll say, being here in this course, all the material that they're teaching us has been remarkable, right? I'm here from anywhere from 8-year techs to 16-year techs, right? Or 17, sorry. But the biggest thing I'm struggling with is a lot of them have not been mentored correctly. And the reason I bring that up is last 4 years, I actually had a really, really good supervisor who pulled me by my ear when I needed it. And that's something that's been monumental throughout my life. Security force is not something we really experience too often, so I'm grateful. But just in the last 4 years, I've learned a lot. And when I'm having certain conversations about like leadership, team building, things of that nature, my peers in this class have no idea what I'm talking about. Yeah. And that's concerning.
Was your supervisor named Peterson? He's a pretty good supervisor. I'm not sure if that was him or not, but he's a pretty good supervisor back in the day.
I did hear about this one Master Sergeant Peterson in Qatar, and it was not good.
Oh shit! Man, wait.
That's accurate. That's accurate. That's accurate. I've heard a lot of stories about Sergeant Peterson. That's accurate.
Hold on. Shots fired. Hold on. Double dodge. Reds in the wire. Open fire. What's going on?
You opened up that one.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was about to ask Adrian, are you being paid underneath the table and you're just not telling us?
You're right.
No, unfortunately not. Air Force pays me good, though. I will say that.
But
at least for what they can.
So I guess just your question, like, do you think mentoring has stopped?
Yes, I think that's my ultimate big question is, has mentoring stopped or has the approach changed? Right? Because I'm not seeing individuals going out there to seek mentors. It seems like nowadays you have to force yourself to be someone's mentor. Because other than that, I'm not seeing people asking those questions or people really wanting that advice, because it seems like, in my opinion, it seems like pride's kicking in more than it ever has.
Oh, man, you're bringing up a good subject.
Adrian, when did you come into the military?
You're all right. She came in 72. You're all right. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so I'm not too far.
Yeah.
I'm not too far. No, 2010. 2010.
I'm only using that as a reference point because when you go like historical events shape, like you said, the approach to mentoring. And I will honestly say back in 2013, 2014, we had, yes, sir. So we had mentoring, and even a mentor, we call him, he's like an uncle to me, Chief Master Sergeant Rodney, retired. Rodney Perry, he's retired. But he talked about, when he came in the military, it's a great staff sergeant giveaway. So like every time we have these historical in the service, it's like that gap. Like you said, we lost a lot of good experience in 2013 and 2014 due to terror. And I'm with you. When I was in PME, NCOA, and ALS, you would see the group of people that had those people that were old school, that believed in the mentoring approach, pouring into people. And then it was like some people were left to figure it out alone. And I'm going to honestly tell you, I think it's because you have some people who didn't receive it, so they don't know how to give it. Mm-hmm. And that's what's causing that break into like that experience gap. Because it's like, I hate to say it, it's kind of like my daughter. She'd be like, I'm tired of you lecturing me. But I'm like, pimping, this is free wisdom, free experience, free love, tough love that you will never get anywhere. And I think you being there with your classmates, you're able to see it's going to be a gap. And I hate to say it, you all are going through a traumatic time because things are changing so quickly. It's so much chaos and confusion. But like you said, like, how do we get them to soak up what they're learning there and actually go back and put it into practice? But because being at PME, one of the things that used to blow my mind is hearing people say, everything that you learned, don't bring that stuff back here. I'm like, they should. Like, it is, it's science. It works if you put it into practice.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll keep talking about this. I'm gonna let you go. We'll keep talking about this. Keep listening.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you for coming on.
Thanks, guys.
You want to come back?
Good looking out, bro.
Later, bro.
All right, bye.
So I think to his point, real quick, man, I think once promotion started and people were really focused on promotion and realized that leading people
that's what
does
I'm
not
saying.
get you promoted, and it's all about what I do, where my glitz and glamour are, where my trophies are at, where my accolades are at, and it stopped being the people above me are supposed to be taking care of me, and I'll take care of the people below me, and that's how the pecking order is supposed to work. It's almost like I got to look out for myself, so I ain't got time to be looking out for everybody else. That's my opinion on when mentors stopped. To Jess's point, I think around that 2014 when they did the early get out of jail free card or whatever you want to call it, get out the military, and the commanders. I'm not sure how y'all commanders did it, but I was a select, so I wasn't part of it. But our commander handed out envelopes and let you know where you were rack and stacked. And so if you had 20 techs and you're number 17, it's like, man, you're on the chopping block. You might get kicked out. And if you're number 1, then it looks like you're getting promoted next year. And that just created a division within the ranks of your peer-to-peers. But that's my personal opinion. Todd, I'll get to your comment in a second, but I want to finish up this topic. Go ahead, Dale or Philly.
Yeah, I was going to
go ahead.
I was going to say the same thing, like what you said, Pete, with when it comes like down to promotion, because there's a lot of people that are just selfish and worried about them, and just like neglecting their troops and people that are actually trying to reach out to them. Like I had some troops where they'd have certain things on their EPR. I'm like, hey, are you teaching this to your troops? Are your troops giving feedback? Right. Hey, let me see your ACA that you gave feedback to your troop, or are you just saying stuff? There's a lot of things that a lot of people they're just worried about me, and not giving that exposure to other people, or even making themselves available. Like a platform like this is awesome, because then people can just reach out to us, or like I see people in the comments, like I reach out to people that I see that we do. So it has to also come from the people that want mentorship too. So I think it's two ways. So if you want feedback, or if you want a mentor, look who like emulates like who you want to aspire to be, or you like their leadership style, and you just got to ask that question. Hey sir, ma'am, I like who you are as a person, as a leader. Would you be able to mentor me? Not just like professionally, but personally. Like you just got to be open. So that's what I learned. Like up until like when I was like a tech, like I always like saw people. I'm like, oh, that person's a good leader, blah blah blah. But I never reached out and just asked that person like, hey, would you mind like mentoring me in on troop development, or can you mentor me on how I can do better at my job? I think it comes down to the actual person itself that needs to ask that question as well. It's a two-way street.
100%. Hey, drop that bomb. Philly, go ahead and drop some wisdom on us. I'm trying to get Jess back in. I don't know what happened.
I think Dell said it perfectly there. I think you've got to be able to reach out and find a mentor. The only thing I would add to that is I think I'm not a fan of when folks say, hey, will you be this is just me personally. I'm not a fan of saying, like, when people say, would you be my mentor? Right. I think mentorship is a natural thing that just happens. And, I've had people who are my mentor, and they didn't even know they were my mentor because I observed them from afar. There are things they did, how they moved in different situations, different things they told me to make me better. And I just dubbed him as a mentor. Good example, Tony Johnson. I consider him a good mentor of mine, although he's a little bit, crazy. But there was a lot of things he did that I learned from, and I wanted to put into my repertoire as a leader. And so I would encourage people out there, if you're looking for a mentor, try not to look at it as it's natural. It's not artificial. You find somebody, you latch onto them, you ask them some questions, and it just happened naturally. And then understand that a mentor, a good mentor, is going to tell you when you're messing up. Yeah. And if you got something wrong, and they're going to tell you something that you're not going to like. Sometimes people don't want people like that. They want you to just tell you. My favorite is when they tell you to look at their records. Hey, can you look at my records? And I look at their records, and there's plenty of people that listen to this show that ask me to look at their records. I won't mention their name to protect the innocent. And I tell them ahead of time, when I look at your records, I'm going to give you a detailed breakdown. This is just my personal opinion. I'm going to give you the good and the bad and the ugly. And that's how I title it. In the spreadsheet, I give them the good, the bad, and the ugly. I say, hey, don't get mad at me if I'm going to tell you something you ain't going to like. This is just fair, honest feedback. To me, those are good mentors, in my opinion. But yeah, good point. That's good topic.
Brooks said the culture at that time changed into promotion and promoting. I think it's still that way. I don't think it's really changed at all. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think it's changed at all. I think a lot of folks don't learn that part of growing through, though they didn't hear this is how you get that mentor. How do you get a mentor?
And that's the thing. I don't think you get in my opinion, a good mentor is not somebody you get. It's someone you observe, and that relationship just naturally happens. And it's not always someone who outranks you. It could be somebody that's the same rank or junior rank. Shit, I would tell you, I remember when I was in the desert and we were going to do our DEI stuff, we were trying to start diversity inclusion groups and stuff like that. And I reached out to Nick Jack and I said, yo, I'm trying to start this diversity inclusion group in Kuwait. Who should I hit up? He told me to hit Jessica up. So I hit Jessica up, never even met her. She sent me all this information, just broke it down and everything. I was like, man, that's freaking awesome. It was phenomenal. Things I never even knew before. Yeah. So I considered Jessica my mentor at that point because there was a lot of stuff she knew I didn't know about what I was trying to do. Kenny Bracey said DC need to tell his peers that we need to get away from the promotion culture. Oh, that's a good topic.
Get away from. I think this is the thing, and Dale kind of hit it. I just grew up in the era where sharing is caring, and what I mean by it was so many people that, like, I remember, like my homegirl Meg Williams, Johnson, Bracelet was in it, like all of us. It was like, man, we kind of grew up together. But when we did, like, I remember they all made tech before me, but that didn't mean like we didn't keep sharing mentor opportunities. Each other, and I think that's the biggest piece. So many people look at each other as competition instead of let me collaborate with you, let me be truthful and transparent. Like my group of friends will always tell you I never had any desires to be a team, but it was like, yo, you made it. And I think they were more hyped for me making it because I didn't do it the traditional route. Like Pete, you and I talked, like, to be nominated for an award is one thing, but like I had never won anything other than Levito and INSOA. But that was based again off of me. Our teachers would cheat us. But at the end of the day, I remember Chris McBride would bring me in. She was like, I hear you got my schoolhouse on lock, giving study sessions at the end of the day. Because that's me. Like I care about the next person eating at the table. I don't care what it makes me look like. Because I think at the end of the day, I'll be taken care of. But I think that's the biggest thing is so many people who don't have faith in their good deeds that if I do this, I'll get mine. It's just the timing. Everybody wants it so quick, but I'm just like, getting it quick don't always mean you're going to be a quality leader. And that's what Bracey's point, saying the promotion culture with our peers. Bracey, you got to be realistic. Like, how did some of our peers get to where they are? If you didn't get there by helping other people, you ain't gonna, denounce that culture right now. But if you did get there by helping other people, that's the culture that you want to spread. So I think, again, it's a man in the mirror, woman in the mirror. Like, are you leaving a legacy where people are able to do what you did, which is pass it on?
Man, it seems like I want to go back to what Bracey said. He said, I struggled on the board trying to get older chiefs to recognize that talent doesn't equate to a checklist. Oh, man. Trying to think of the right way to say this.
I want Bracey to come on. And I want Bracey to stop typing and come on because when we talk about... I just like talent to checklist because this is where we got to be realistic because you do have talent, skills, and abilities embedded in competencies. So again, if you're looking at these older chiefs still in DC, this is no slight to you. I look at you as seasoned. Like,
I'll take that.
it's more so like, it's semantic. So if people looking at, and again, when you are on these boards, do not utilize your journey or yourself, because you are not the ruler or the measurement for what that next chief or senior or master sergeant should be like. All I look at is, hey, did you do a little bit better than what you did last year? Are you able to lead other people of quality out? And this is what the defenders and the maintainers be like, girl, I done led like hundreds of people at one time. And I'd be like, who said you did a great job at it? I just need people to understand you cannot subject people to personal preferences, because being a good leader, you could be a good leader with a small group of people or a large group of people, but it's the potential that we promote off of. And that's the thing that we forget, that keyword potential. Do you have the potential to serve at the next level?
While we're waiting on Bracely to get on here, I do agree, but I really don't think that promotion equates to leadership at all. It's supposed to, but I don't think it really does. When you're looking at the checklist for what gets you promoted, nothing in there can say that you're a good or a bad leader at all. And this is where I told, me and DC got into these conversations a lot. I always say the way that we do the EPB system is backwards. It should not start with chiefs and go to seniors and then go to because if I'm not leading my tech sergeants, if I'm not leading my staff sergeants, it's not going to come out on the EPB at all. Where if I show them that I put time into their EPB, I know they're supposed to write their own, but I'm definitely supposed to check it. I can show that leadership ability is fact that I'm trying to take care of people, because what happens is they're like, if I'm worried about myself, I'm typing it, man, I'm spending hours and days typing in my own EPB. And when it's time for a staff sergeant, I just copy, paste, push, copy, paste, push. And it don't matter because mine's already done. It's already closed out. So while mine goes through, I'm looking at the hero, but when it actually happens, I'm not really helping anybody at all. Pause there. Bracely, you have the link, so you can come in when you want. DC, I see you want to say something. Oh, he's in the waiting room. All right, so let me. In the waiting room is crazy.
He's in the waiting room. The boom room.
In the waiting room is crazy.
The boom room is crazy.
Yeah, I'm curious to hear what Uncle has to say. I will tell you. I think they can be one and the same. I think they can be one and the same. There's mentorship, man. Like, it is not popular these days to take pride in taking care of somebody else. I think, I hate to be that guy say back in the day, but I think we all grew up at one time. We had a supervisor that it was more prideful for them or impactful to them when they was able to shepherd one of their troops through a QC exercise or a special project at the wing, or defend them in front of their commander or something, or teach them how to iron a uniform or something. That was pride, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if Deidre Glover was on here, but Glover's a good example too. When that dude was a cop in Kadena, he was a tech sergeant. I would argue he would have been a chief today if he didn't get injured. This dude was a super sharp flight chief, man. Like, and he didn't care who your rank was. He wanted to be sure you knew how to do your job. He would spend timeless amount of hours teaching folks how to do police reports, do DUIs, how to run a flight. And he didn't care, like I said, if he was the same rank as you. And he had so much respect across the flight. To me, that should be a promotion. But how do you translate that to an enlisted performance brief? We all get rated almost the same. Perfect marks across the board.
I don't.
So the issue is not the individual. It's these supervisors that are evaluating people, and they have to find a way to be more honest and transparent instead of assuming everybody's perfect. Everybody cannot be perfect. They can't, and that's okay. But we bred that kind of culture.
Yeah, I got something to say with that.
Yeah, look, Bracely, I'm working on getting you on here. It might be on your end. I do want to try something, but I feel like it's going to kick everybody off. So I'm going to give you another opportunity to try again. And if it don't work, then we'll try it. Go ahead, Dale. And there's a lot of comments to read too, but go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say that my first time being, second time being overseas, but this is the first time I've seen not ready nows being given. Because then being truthful with it, because I think, especially with some people, they don't want to have that conversation, and they give them that promotion, just regular promote, and they still end up making it just for stats and tech because they're good test takers or whatever. But I think that this comes down to the supervisor being real with the troop on if they're promotable, if they're ready or not. So I was kind of not shocked about the realization of, hey, there's some people that are not ready, and you just have to have that. It shouldn't be a surprise. Like if you give actual feedback, daily feedback, your initial midterm, when it comes down to that EPB, when they sign it, they should know if they're ready or not. So that was a humbling experience that I experienced while I was here. Just curious on, have y'all been through that with the not ready now conversations, and if it's should it be more given out than what we think?
Shit, I got not ready now.
When?
This was back in 19, 18, 19.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, it was under Loveless. Loveless switched it though. He switched it after hearing my piece.
Oh, Brian Loveless.
Yeah, he switched it. But yeah.
Did you believe you had deserved it though?
Hell no.
Did you believe you deserved it? Why not? Why not?
Yo, I will say, all right, full transparency. We got a lot of comments that I want to use our viewers' time up, but full transparency is I got in trouble in the desert. I went against the commander's direct order. He gave me an LOR, and when he gave me the LOR, they came back, and the commander for that one LOR, because it happened, I'm telling you, it happened 20 days before the rating period ended. So it don't matter everything that happened before that, because that one LOR, he gave me a not ready now. And after we got to talk and explain kind of what happened, he actually called, big shout out to him, because he called the commander downrange and he asked, like, hey, tell me the truth about, because I'm getting two different stories. And so he talked to him about it, and he changed the not ready now. So big up to him, because I might not be where I'm at right now without that. But Adele, I do agree. We all know there's people that aren't ready now. We're just waiting for somebody to do something about it. But the same people who are telling us to hold people accountable have the power to do it, and they're not doing it. So it's hard to say, how do we hold our people accountable when they're not holding people accountable? Because we all know who the shitbags are. We all know who they are. We all know who they are. And we're just waiting for somebody to do something, because I can't do nothing. I'm your peer. Like, I don't rate on you, but then I don't see everything. But of course, we all know. Bracelet, I still can't get you on, big dog. So I don't know.
What is he using?
He said he's using his laptop. He said iPhone switching to my laptop. So he switches to his laptop now. So we'll wait. All right, a lot of comments. Philly, can you read all these comments? Because I can't read well.
Good Lord, that's small.
Yeah.
Jess, if you can see it, can you read it?
I can't see it.
Okay.
Pete, come on.
You always have people seeking promotion. Oh, you know what? I could do this. Hold on.
I see it. It's better. I can see it now. I can see it now. It's on the big screen. Just leave it up there.
Yeah.
Okay, Andre Jen Brooks. What's up, Dre? What's going on, man?
Dre.
You will always have people seeking promotion, but the balance is off. Too many people in positions of power and leadership who are box checkers and know only how to do things that look good on paper and 4 words. Word up. I like that. Where are the leaders who are willing to make decisions that are needed but don't look good for promotion? Ooh, easy to say. It is easy for us to say and throw stones at a glass when we say glass house and say, where are the leaders to make decisions and not worry about promotion? That's pretty hard. Think about it now. Think about it now, what's going on in our government. How many people are actually standing up to say something for stuff that they know is wrong for fear of their political career?
I'm not going to get fired for you.
So it's happening all over the place.
I'm not going to get fired for y'all.
Now, I do think at some point as a leader, if you know something's illegal or immoral, is going to hurt somebody, you have a duty to say something. Sometimes you're going to take an L, but it is what it is. I do think that.
We got 5
Clip
more
and Tate Johnson says you can be a great leader and a sucky manager, true, or a great manager and a sucky leader. Both are needed at different times for different reasons, as are mentoring, coaching, and cheerleading. Good point. And then Marcus Wimberly says mentorship hardly exist these days. Most of the ones with the rank are only looking for the next opportunity to make rank. Dang, y'all really feel this way?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Nikki and B, the best mentorship is to show those under you what you do. Oh man, and empower them to take some things. Oh yeah, I love that. You get 2 for that one. Dontrell says a hard truth is only about 20% of our formations are hard charging to go getters. Ooh, a lot of folks are average. Oh, you got 2 for that too. One more. Dell is up to us Chiefs. Talking about you, Dell. Dell is up to us Chiefs from Brandy Collins to hold supervisors accountable. I've had mass sergeants tell me all year their tech sergeant and staff sergeants haven't done their jobs, but come to an EFDP. Oh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. We had that conversation.
And Brandon ain't lying, and it blows my mind, and it makes me wonder why the Air Force doesn't.
I'm sorry, I meant to say that. I meant to use
it's
that.
Like
Yeah.
Put us back, because I'm a firm believer. I used to always say, like, when you got master sergeants that's coming in my office telling me how bad their tech sergeants are, but I'm like, there's a question of you. So why are they so bad? So then when I hold you accountable on your EPR or EPB, there's an issue. Like, I'm being too hard. No, where is that balance? Because you can't be hot shit and they cold shit. Like, help me understand which one you fighting for. Or like you said, like, even my coin, people are like, why you put this on your coin? I do believe that there's categories of people. I believe that you are good because you gave an oath. You got those people that are better, and then you got those people that will give your best. And that's to Ford's point. I just believe when you look at people in those categories, but you're able to articulate that conversation with them, like Dale said, daily, it helps lessen the blow when it comes to them receiving, that promotion. It's hard when people don't understand, when you don't have intrinsic motivation to do what you need to do. Who do you think I'm going to be in those rooms to use my voice when I know you're not helping the next person? Like, that's my biggest thing. Like, I don't care how long you've been in. You had time. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. Why did you trick off your time doing things that wasn't going to be of value for you to help you get promoted? So that's my thing. In between that rating period, you got 365 days. If you read, you will know. I don't care that you're an airman, and no offense to no airman listening, but I really don't care that you're an airman that has your degree. It blows my mind when you are a tech sergeant and you in front of my face complaining why so-and-so got a straight and I didn't. Pimping, you've been here long enough to get some courses underneath your belt, to get a degree. And then that's when I go back to the airman. You got this whole airman over here with a degree, and it don't even matter to them right now. But you're complaining to me that you did not get a strap, but you had time. But what are you doing with your time?
Basically, I'm trying. I'm gonna do one more attempt. Hey, 2 comments I want to get to. First one is Nikki and B says the problem though, some people gotta step up instead of saying, I think I'm not gonna get fired for you. And then Jason countered it by saying,
Jason,
gotta be comfortable with losing what you earn for the right thing. For me, I can sleep at night if I get fired for taking care of folks. Okay.
Pete, that's fam right there. That is Colonel Christian, by the way, sir.
Hey, wait. I hear you. And we need more people like you, because I think we have more of the others out there that's like what Nikki's talking about. I'm not going to get fired for other people. Kevin Osby, what's going on? I'm in the goodness tier. Good. What?
Tell Kevin, yeah, you know he be doing the ugly fit, sweating everywhere across Dallas, Texas. He the old 80s, okay?
Everywhere across Dallas. But Jason, real talk, like, I agree. I wish there was more people out there, but I think what we're all learning from these people watching on here is that there's more people that's not like that. So who is in charge of getting people to have that mentality? Or do we want everybody to have that mentality?
Pete, let me tell you this. I ain't in no more, but I'm going to say this. When I tell you, like, so I was at Dyess. Dyess was not the best assignment of my life. I got a letter of admonishment there as a chief. Like, it was just bad. It was Jason Christie who took a limb out. And what I mean, they were about to turn my assignment off to Tyndall because of everything they heard transpire with me at Dyess. But for him to say, I want a leader to come up here and help me with my squadron, like those are the type of people that I love working for and with. He could have easily, because again, it was people above him telling him or trying to encourage him to turn my assignment off. Number one, that was a child custody assignment. I was trying to get close to my kids. But for him to take a leap of faith and say, you know what? Whatever she's been through at Dias, looking at her records, I think she's going to be solid. Let her come here. When I tell you that was the best, one of the best assignments of my career is working with him because he gets it. I've never seen a commander who has such high emotional intelligence, but yet so intelligent to where I'm going to always say this. When he retires, he really needs to be a lawyer. He researches before he makes a decision. He takes a step back to consider like what is in the best interest of all my people. And at the end of the day, he prior enlisted, so he know what the grunt work look like.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. But again, his journey is other commanders out there like that, like him. But to find one like him is very rare.
Shout out
That's
McCoy.
awesome.
I've seen in the eyes.
Try to hear the teeth.
Still trying to get braces on, so we'll keep working on that. I'll keep working on that. But I think with the whole mentorship, I think what Suarez kind of talked about and where it all started at is just that it's hard to find people to sacrifice themselves for others, where they rather sacrifice others for themselves. And I think that's where we're at right now, especially when you talk about promotion, because people hate to see people. I don't know why. I mean, I know why, but people hate to see people move ahead of them and then feel like, well, what I'm doing is not working. I need to follow what is working. And unfortunately, what seems to be working is when you take care of yourself, because it doesn't matter if you're taking care of 10 people, 20 people, or one person. If you ain't taking care of yourself and you're expecting other people to take care of you and they ain't doing it, yeah, I guess, you know, in this day and age, what's happening right now is you get passed over. Jay says, my sis, thank you for your kind words, but you helped me lead that squadron. That's what's up.
I don't think in all cases. I think there are some folks who take care of people and not worry about themselves to get promotion. It's a small number, very small number. And I think, you know, like when people say like, all right, the reason why you didn't get the strat or you didn't get promoted is because you didn't win any awards. You got to start putting in for more awards. Well, that's a difficult thing to tell somebody, because technically you're telling somebody, make sure you put emphasis on taking care of yourself. So if you are a senior enlisted leader, my favorite master sergeant or senior master sergeant, and you putting in for awards and you're competing against other senior NCOs, and you got, you know, senior NCO the first quarter, senior NCO the third quarter, senior NCO the fourth quarter, Saigon nominee, Fred Archer nominee, and then you put in for the annual, and you say, well, I'm sorry, Chief, but my mentors say I'm not winning enough awards. The problem is like, yo, you gotta look at the landscape. If you're a senior, I tell my senior master sergeants who are SELs at the detachment, I tell them there is a responsibility with you being in this position. You being in an SEL, you are not going to win a lot of awards. You're not. You know why? Because you're taking care of your people. And some of your people are senior master sergeants or master sergeants just like you. You're just in a position to be the sage advisor to your commander. So you need to take care of them first. Now, am I saying you shouldn't win any awards? No, but you got to be strategic. You might want to look at your last piece, Saigon, maybe an annual award. But even then, you have a discussion with your folks because they understand it. You're competing with them too. But your primary job is to take care of them. I think leaders that tell folks they're not winning enough awards, they need to put them in and be a little bit more strategic when they put in for awards.
I think you need to hit the nail on the head. If you're telling me I need to win more awards, then you need to put me in for more. You need to put me in positions to set me up to do that. Now, I have a responsibility. If you say, hey, I'm gonna put you in, or you need to do this, you need to do this, I'm like, nah, I don't want to do that. Now that's my fault, right? You tried. I accept the try, and that's really all you have to do. And it's not really hard. All you have to do is just follow some freaking flopping emails and send me in the right position. But other than that, it's all up to me. But if you're trying to help me, if you're really legitly trying to help me, that's all you really need to do for somebody.
I think Nikki posted a good comment, but this goes back to Dale too. We're talking. I think one of the hardest things too as a SEL is being able to be consistent and fair, but also observe the behaviors and actions of those senior NCOs that you have. Because every senior NCO is not in a position to always look out for their people. So you got to make sure as the SEL that you're paying attention to some of those divisive behaviors in some of our senior NCOs, because that's the other piece that a lot of people don't talk about. Like if I got this one senior master sergeant that's always looking out for themselves, what are you doing for the master sergeants that you're supposed to be taking care of? So that's where my focus starts to go in on as well. I'm like, are you equally taking care of the people as you are taking care of yourself? Because I think Nikki said something about timing. It's always about circumstance and timing when you do think about promotion. That's another piece we don't talk about. Hi, Uncle Bracelet.
Oh, is he on? Oh, it's about time. My bad.
I'm glad you were smiling, man. You was looking mighty salty when we were just talking there, man. You good, man? You mad as hell.
It's called listening and hearing, Bracelet.
I gotta fix a couple things because nobody can hear you right now. All right, everybody can hear you. Bracelet, welcome on the show. Let me shrink you down a little bit so we can see everybody. Everybody can see us. You can be looking kind of funny, but that's okay. All right.
What's good? What's good?
What's up?
So I guess I missed a whole chunk of the conversation, but kind of like what I was kind of getting at is coming from a smaller career field, and it is going to a personal story, but also going into like different boards. My career field, Air Force wide, is probably like 730 strong, right? So at any given time, a master sergeant and or a senior master sergeant could be leading a group of people that's max 8 people. And it's funny you guys are talking about this because I was in my mind this morning about just a transition into like we talk about getting back to the basics and all this other stuff and how we're going back to the basics, but nobody's talking about how to introduce culture to and standards and culture to a group of individuals where standards and culture the standards and culture that we know was never introduced to this generation that we're trying to set, not reset, but set, right? So we talk about promotion. One of the biggest things that I cannot stand, and I don't know if DC was part of this problem, but when I was with Davis Martin, there was this EFDP / stratification guy, and one of the things that pissed me off was it equated to must promote now, or stratification. It says this person has had to have led 50 or more people, and I was like, that's BS. Why is that BS? Because when you got an Intel or you got a law plans or a TMO, those people won't ever get that opportunity. But you sit here and tell somebody you ain't led enough people, but when you got a wing like Davis Martin, who got as much combat generation as they generate, and a senior NCO, whether it's a master sergeant or a senior master sergeant, sitting there deploying an entire base, leading UDMs and other like large complex events, you tell them that they're not doing their job, but the mission is being generated and done in a fashion, but because the numbers don't line up, you're telling a person who by definition of without control of their career, hey, you're not valid enough to be a leader because you didn't lead a flight of 200 people.
Right.
So then you got people chasing opportunities to say, well, I checked this box because last year you told me because you was crushing the mission, you didn't go lead 200-300 people. So now you turn the top 3 into a transactional versus a transitional or transformational situation. So I still push the top 3. The reason I push the top 3 is because the way my career field is set up. At any given time, I'm leading 5 people at max. On a good day, I'm leading 5 people. So I gotta go to the top 3, or I gotta, get interviewed by the command chief to have opportunity to lead a large complex event to say I'm valid enough to be a leader. However, when you talk about mission accomplishment, the wing don't deploy without us. And when I say the wing don't deploy without us, every unit on the base got a unit deployment manager, and every base on the unit got an increment cargo monitor. And when it comes to mobility operations, especially when you're doing a phase 1 exercise, outside of sortie generation, the wing fails their exercise if I don't effectively communicate and drive a team full of units across the base to meet a deadline for an aircraft to take off. But I am not qualified to be a leader because I don't lead people in flights of 100 and some people. Man. So you're creating this mindset of I got to go out here and get it because I'm overachieving in the air, what the Air Force is telling me to do. Now I got to go out here and get it outside of the office, and I got to chase some old school minded chief's opinion on what it takes to get a stratification or get promoted in today's Air Force. And I can tell you right now, so a lot of people, Jessica will validate or back me up on this. I can walk in any room and do what I need to do, but I can tell you that anybody who I can move and navigate way better than most people who've led thousands of people. When my career fit goes to the academies, it was ALS, NCOA, CNCOA, the conversations that they have, I promise you, my career field, we sit back in the room and be like, how y'all don't know this stuff? Like, you're the number one dude right across the wing, but you can't even articulate. But my career field has developed me to walk in the room and articulate and effectively communicate and speak and drive a mission, a unit of action across the board. Hence why with this new unit of action, you got general officers like, we need more of this particular career field, i.e. my career field, because that's what they do. So it's and I'm just using my career field as an example when you're talking to the promotion culture, because people look at checklists like what they had at Davis-Monthan as this is the standard and guide to tell somebody you're ready to get promoted. But we know for sure that people who I know personally, I'm working with people personally who have checked those boxes. And if I ask them where to go to pull a CERF or a career data brief as a senior master sergeant and the chief, they don't even know. So how can they sit down with an airman or NCO and say, hey, let's sit down and review your records. Let's sit down and talk about why SEIs or special experience identifiers are important, because I got people who can't apply for certain jobs in the Air Force right now because their records ain't even updated, even though I know they went to these courses. But you got people telling people they're not qualified to be promoted or be in the next seat when they can't even effectively tell somebody how to do something that they should be able to do as a staff or tech sergeant. I'm in units where SELs will make a personnelist pull everybody's CERF instead of making the individuals pull a CERF so they can review their records. But you got master sergeants and tech sergeants that don't even know how to review their own records.
All good points. I'm going to let DC and Jess talk to that. Jason, I want to get to your comments, so I'll wait on that. Real quick, if y'all could donate some stars to the show and we can get y'all comments pinned to the top, so that way we can go ahead and get all these comments because they're coming in fast and crazy. It's kind of hard for me to get on. So if y'all donate 200 stars, there'll be pinned comments. It'll be a lot easier for me to find. I would appreciate that. So go ahead and clean up that. I appreciate that. If y'all need help donating stars, let me know. Philly, Jess, off to y'all for Bracely's point. Oh, he had to get off. He had to do the baby thing. Yeah.
Okay. First, thanks to all the people putting comments in there. Much appreciated, man. Thank you for doing that, man. Yes, donate 200 stars so we can help this guy out. Yeah, much appreciated. All right.
The show.
So, Kitty Bracely, a.k.a. the uncle. Well said comments. I agree. I think this checklist that you speak of exists in most circles across the Air Force. They say that to make chief, you got to, or senior master sergeant, you got to be on the top 3. You got to lead an event. You got to win the annual award. You got to win the MagCom award. Yeah, I think checklists are overrated. I think the most important thing is the person that's in the seat making a decision. If you got an old school type chief that made it that way, then they're going to rinse and repeat and expect everybody to do that. My favorite is command chiefs. Just mentioned this the other day. There's some command chiefs out there that assume that if you haven't been to the group, you shouldn't be a command chief. And I know quite a few people who were stunned because of that. Matter of fact, one that was a frequent visitor on the show, Andy Gilbert, he was stunned because of that, because one particular command chief said he wasn't a group chief. And then you have some people that say, you can't be chief master on the Air Force unless you've been to the MagCom. Well, Joanne Bass proved that wasn't the case, because General Brown, Khalif Wright decided like she was the best one to do it. Doesn't matter, she's at the MagCom. So in the end, it should be folks who have the potential and the all of the skills and experience they need to get in that position. Now, I will quickly say also there is some utility to certain things that will help you be better at at the next rank. It should not be a checklist item. So in other words, if I say, hey, look, Kitty, I need you to do this event for me because you're more skilled at it and it's going to make it look good. I would hope you would look at it as, yo, the command chief is giving me an opportunity to shine. And then when I shine, he's going to be one of the people at the table that's going to advocate for me. This is what you call intangibles. Those are things that's not captured in your EPB. When you're out and about and you're moving the groove and you're doing things, people are going to notice that and they're going to advocate for you and you don't even know it. Good example is Tony Bostic that was on this show the other day. When he made senior, it was easy for me as a chief throwing his records on the table. You know why? Because everybody knew Tony Bostic. Not because he was president of the top three, not because he didn't lead the senior NCO induction on the annual awards, because he got busy at his job. There were airmen in other units that knew Matt Sergeant Tony Bostic.
I got a comment. First of all, thank y'all for the stars for Derek White and Charles Davis. Charles Davis. So I'll throw that up in a minute. Jess, do you want to go ahead and talk about this before we throw up Charles Davis' comment?
I mean, we've kind of already talked about this. All of his good information. And Bracelet, I already know, from growing up together, we used to always do temperature checks. And I think that's the thing that you have to do is be the change that we always needed. And I will tell you, like, I know where you are right now. But again, it's like, how can I ensure, like, I know what is appropriate and effective? And, I'm always going to have that PME mentality. But it's like, am I moving in a way where, nobody could ever come back and do this? And if they do slap my wrist, it's something that I'm willing to take. And I think that's the culture that we do need to breed. That I wasn't always diplomatic in my efforts. I was always about that knuck if you buck. Like, if you don't want to work with me, I'm going to work through you. But sometimes some people don't have that type of fortitude. And I'm talking about mental fortitude to actually do what I like to call Tony Bostic, Tony Boom Bostic, because that's what he was. He brought that boom. Like, I remember just hearing about him. And again, never really did the same career field, none of that. But it's like when you hear about people who care about others, that is that legacy, because people saw what he was able to do. People see what you're able to do and they want to emulate that. But it's like, are we allowing people to see those type of actions and decisions being had? Even the comments with the eyes, it just blows my mind. Like, a lot of people don't know what happens behind the curtain. And I used to always say, like, yo, I got to peek behind the curtain a little bit too soon. And honestly, I look back and I'm glad I got to peek behind the curtain too soon, because I was able to figure out how to navigate the chasers and learn how the details matter, like reading. I will always say reading will be our best advocate, but you got people that don't like to read. I'm like, read what those 36 series say, because it touches everybody. But when you don't read and understand the semantics behind the words of what you must do, what you should do, and what you could do, you don't know what to do when you do make it to that level of decision making.
But
Can I just mention one of the real reasons why Kenny Bracely made the Chief? He gave up those fake Jordans at the 12th Air Force and
here
went
you
to
go.
the real Jordans at the
Say what?
355th. You know what I'm saying? 12th Air Force was fake Jordans. You know what I'm saying? I said, yo, you come over to the 355th, you gonna make Chief. And that's what he did. He made Chief. Go ahead and tell him, Kenny. Tell him, brother. Tell him.
So I'm a partially agree, and the only reason I partially agree is because I had a sponsor at the 355th. However, and when I say sponsor, I had somebody. So backstory, me and Jessica, we cut from the same cloth. We went to ALS together. We was at Barstow together. We was part of the Ratchet City movement, right? So,
stories to tell.
I got in trouble. I got in trouble for a Facebook post that made it to the Army NCLC NCO page. And what ended up happening was I had 3 chiefs at the wing that saw me and saw my potential, and they pulled me to the side and they gave me like the realest conversation ever. And then they pulled me over to the wing, and I worked for a master sergeant for a whole year. The year I got stratted, I worked for a master sergeant the whole year to humble me. Mm-hmm. However, the reason why I say 50-50 is because 12th Air Force is where I got my real first leadership punch in the face. I led the directorate. I led maintenance, CE, security forces, contracting, Log R, the largest directorate on the staff. And that year and a half, we had Air Force level, MASCOM level award winners, and we was killing it in the command as far as award winners in general. So I got a chance to cut my teeth. But flip side to that is I had a great mentorship moment when I went over to the 355th, when I as DC said, I switched my pair of shoes, where I did have to take a step back and understand that like it's not about me, it's about the people that I impact and affect. As a leader, I can walk in the room and be arrogant, I could be a butthole, all these things. But guess what? When the people behind me come up for not for opportunities, anything like that, they're gonna remember what I've done in the relationships I sabotaged and severed, and that person may or may not get selected.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people don't understand. So 50-50, I agree with him for sure. I switched the shoes and I had a great sponsor. Shout out to Tim Sewell and Colonel Cabrera, Jose Cabrera, for pulling me over and taking an opportunity. But I did have one of those humble yourself moments when my post made it to the Airman NCLC NCO page, and I just had a moment of reflection. So yeah, I give him partial credit to going over to 355th. But you weren't there when I got the strat though.
But I laid the foundation. Tim, remember Tim Sewell was my chief in the rescue group. And those chiefs that was on the strat board, they were my chiefs. And remember, your commander that gave you the strat was my commander. Shout out to Scott Mills, best commander in the world. So we talked about you often at length.
But
all the time.
Too, Bracely, I think once you stop working towards that, came.
It did.
So that's the piece that we used to talk about often. Like it comes when you least expect it.
Mm-hmm.
I tell people all the time, if I would have made chief when I thought I should have made chief, I wouldn't have been a great chief. I wouldn't have. I can tell you that right now. That's why when I tell people like, "Oh, you didn't get promoted this year," I deserve to say, well, let's think about it. Were you spiritually ready to make chief, or were you spiritually ready for that promotion, or were you mature enough for that? I knew for a fact I wasn't mature. I knew for a fact I was not ready for it and I missed it by a half a point the year that I didn't make it. I knew I wasn't ready. And if I would have made it, I would have not been a good chief. I know for a fact I wouldn't have been.
Dang, that's some real shit right there. I mean, shit. But I'm always late on that. No, Bracely, I appreciate you coming on here and sharing your story as well. So I really appreciate that. We'll let you go so we can read all the rest of these comments. But appreciate you,
bro. I gotta go shade because DC DC be having us in tip top shape at IMSC. So I'm gonna go start getting ready for work tomorrow.
So what you're saying is that you had an invalid 5-year waiver, so that's why you changed.
My shaving waiver expire in May when I go through my PHA. But it's
Hey, Kitty, we're gonna stop extra 10 seconds when we get to you.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
No, we got our blues inspection on Friday, which I might not be there. But if it's official, I'm not gonna be there. I'm gonna come to his office in service dress the day before the inspection. My boy Ron G gonna be in town, so I gotta pick him up on the airport. So if I'm gonna miss that inspection, I'm gonna come stand in his office at attention and let him look me over in my full service dress on Friday.
So since you can't petty, I do want to say this because one of my old airmen sent me this picture of the Airman NCO page of these chiefs doing the guide on. They coming in here bugging me because they see the ice cream truck. Baby, this is not Friday. Please don't run in here acting like you for to go out there to Depot and get some ice.
Hey, but also I'm getting ready to get kicked. I'm getting ready to get kicked out the military because I know based off the new 1,000 memorandums that keep dropping down. If you got a shaving waiver, you can't serve in the military no more. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my ducks lined up in a row.
That's crazy.
Hold on, Kenny B, before you go, can you give us a 30-second comment on how you feel about that? 30 seconds.
So I think that 30 seconds, I think that we got a lot of people who are sitting in the rooms making the decision who are either two things. One, racist, or two, culturally uneducated on that situation. And because you feel the way you feel, you're leading with personal bias, something that we talk about in PME that we should not have, but you're leading with personal bias. So I don't know how much time I got left, but just think of it this way. We got this new unit of action, Al4Gen, ACE, MCA, whatever you want to call it. We don't got no concise guidance on how we're going to execute this mission. But from January 21st to now, we know exactly how these people who don't look like me want me to look. And you got way more guidance and clear and concise guidance on that versus how we're going to actually fight this next war. So that tells me where these leaders' priorities are. So we got a bunch of Coast Primes. Half side of Coast Primes. And I say half side means I look good, but we ain't talking about the other thing that's going to actually get the job done.
Can I ask for clarification? Who is these people, please?
All right. Moving on.
Roll the disclaimer. Roll the disclaimer.
That's crazy.
Y'all want me to answer that for real?
No, you're good.
No, okay, bye. I was asking for clarification as it left too much room for misinterpretation. But
we're good.
On the back end.
Roll past these comments. Don't read them like
comes
flash.
from a popular celebrity.
Hey, am I allowed to answer the question?
No, don't.
Go right ahead. Just go ahead.
All right,
hold on, I'll tell you what. Hold on. Now answer the question.
It's good.
Answer the question.
No.
Answer the question now. I'm off camera. Go ahead.
No, we're good. Look, see, he's hiding. These one of the ones I'm talking about. When it comes to the fire, he want to lead the building.
No, go ahead. Kenny, go ahead. Bust shots, baby. Go ahead. Bust shots, baby. Go ahead.
No, we're good. We're good.
Go ahead. Do it. Do it.
Thanks for coming on.
All right. I'm gonna let y'all ride on that one. I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Yeah, there you go.
Put it in the chat.
Holy moly, we gotta take care of our guests.
I mean, I want to take care of our guests, but I told you on two things. The PME is forever embedded, and then the equal opportunity. So I just wanted to make sure, when you say these people, I just wanted to make sure, like, where's the clarification point? Yeah. Are we talking about the administration? Like, are we talking about our, like, don't do that.
All right, real quick. Thanks, Charles Davis, for the 100 stars. I get your question up.
Oh yeah!
Answer the question. So Charles Davis said, in my view, promotion is not and should not be about the title or the destination. It's about impact, influence, and inspiration. We fail to identify how well a person does the last three. Instead, we focus on the wrong things Kenneth Bracely talked about. A true conversation needs to happen as a whole at the 2% and 1% level. 100%. 100%. And then let me get, because they donated stars. I can see their comments come up right quick. So please donate your stars if you want to see the comments.
Oh, yeah!
Derek White says, too many leaders got where they are off the hard work of others in the past. Checking the boxes and taking advantage of opportunities will only get you so far. Often these individuals are put in their positions and lack of mental know it all and the character to sustain it. Experience and knowledge will do.
That's a tough one. Because people that get put in leadership positions, they're going to benefit from their people doing good work. Now, the real issue or question is, what did the leader do to help them do such a great job? And the only problem is that leader's leader, his or her supervisor, has to be able to be present enough to know the real reason why this flight or this squadron was successful is not because of your leadership. It's because of other people. And so now I'm going to hold you accountable. But the problem is the supervisors are not visible enough to know. So when those airmen on the team says, or they get upset, Chief so-and-so or Colonel so-and-so got promoted. Oh, Lord have mercy. Yo, did you see he did this or said this, that he did this so we can do good? He or she sucks. They can say all they want, but the people that see it are not the ones that's making that assessment. That's the problem.
Real quick, while we only got a few more minutes, and this might go a little long, so if it does, we'll cut it. But how do you feel about leaders that only take care of certain people in their formation? Like, for instance, if you got a chief or a master taking care of like one tech sergeant when he has 5 under his charge or 7 under his charge. But when I say taking care of, like, he puts them in a position to be successful and kind of leading the other ones behind, and everybody sees it. But nobody's going to go to the chief and be like, yo, why are you just taking care of Pete? How come you don't take care of me the same way? What do y'all feel about that? Thank you, Justin, for the 20 stars. We need 200 for you to have a pin comment. But thank you so much. There you go. You only get the woo.
You only get the woo. Jess?
Terrence said it's okay to be put in certain leadership roles, but the key question is, are you adding fuel to the tank or just taking the ride? Pete, to your question, I will say, being in those positions, I can honestly say I did not just select certain people. I would bring in all my master sergeants and we would talk. And then, based off of us talking as a group, because I believe in transparency and being honest. I always felt that in those roles, especially in my role, I wanted my people to hear from me first. But 2, I don't believe in paintbrush stroke language, meaning I'm not going to sit up here and just say something and I want you to sit in the crowd and think I'm talking to you. You're going to know this.
We were doing so good. That wasn't on me. Justin, 200 stars, but appreciate the 20 stars. Can you give him another woo? Woo! There we go. All right, we're trying to get Jess back in. Oh, man, everybody getting kicked off. Everybody gotta go. It's funny being the engineer. I'm the only one that got control of all this. Jess, that ain't me. Everybody got kicked off. What in the world happened? Let me get everybody back in here. I can't get back in. All right, hold on. While we about to end the show, this might be saying that, oh, man, I know Philly gonna give me the business. Oh, y'all got to deal with me, so y'all know what it is. It's time! Hey, shout out, hold on. Jason, shout out for the 99 stars. Just a shout out. I got kids. Sorry, you good, man. No. I got you. You always got the star thing up there. We always got the star up there for you. You donated enough, so I appreciate that. We'll get the other 2 back in a second, I hope. Let me do this. All right, still waiting on them to read it. So y'all got to deal with me for right now. But I'm going to go ahead and say I appreciate everybody for coming in here and your comments. Just getting ice cream. Yeah, I guess so. Osby, what's up, man? We got to conversate. We really got to conversate. I'm going to hit you up as soon as we get done. But we got to conversate. All right, who is this? Give it. Jess, I'm so sorry. Jess, it's not me. I'm telling you, it's not me.
I was like, well,
like I said, you be the last one that get kicked out. I'm trying to get McCoy said I'll be eliminating people. No, it ain't me. I'm not touching nothing.
That's what they get for telling me I shouldn't have said who is these people. I be needing clarification.
The feds is listening. The feds is listening. Look at Larry said, damn, those finally found out about y'all. They pulled the plug. I'm telling you, the feds is listening.
Oh, Lord.
Yo, I don't feel like getting cussed out. Hold on. What's up with where Philly at? I don't know what happened to Philly. If you can get back in, he can get back in. Shout out Derek White, taking care of the ones and not all that. Oh, there go Philly.
Derek White said taking care of one
I
is
can't
not
hear y'all.
disservice to the entire
Oh,
organization.
good.
I agree. The perception of favoritism and that erodes good order and integrity and discipline.
True right. Sure right. Thanks for the 99 stars. Philly, can you hear us?
Okay.
Philly, we good? Oh,
Baby.
okay. All right.
Friday, okay?
You said what?
I say he on that space shuttle from Friday.
Charles Davis, another 200 stars. Shout out to you. Woo! Because I ain't got it, but shout out to you. When Pete lied, he started talking shit. Fuck you. Whatever, man. Kiss my butt. Whatever. Pete ain't never been nervous. Pete ain't never nervous. I ain't been nervous since 2nd grade. Everything going swimmingly. Swimmingly. We all smooth around here. Charles Davis said, Jess, so I'm at and about doing the be the change you want to be. However, I get frustrated when my peers don't value the real behind closed doors. In public, they talk it, but they don't be about it. I struggle and honestly, I get frustrated. So how would you all suggest in dealing with this? Because I do, and it's hard. I can't put it up there for some reason.
Chuck, because I know like the caliber of person that you are and the character that you represent, you know the best. And I know a lot of people may not like this, but sometimes when you know you've had those intimate conversations with your peers, and then you try to display a unified front, I take a step back because I'm like, sometimes you got to let the train crash. Just dead ass. Sometimes you really got to let the train crash in order for people to value the skills that you bring to the table, especially for us to change a culture. For the longest, I will always say, like, we are really good at diagnosing and taking care of the symptoms, but we are really scared at getting at the disease that exists, which is our culture. And that takes you standing alone sometimes. But so many people love to be like in the in crowd. They don't know what it means to embrace that solitude. But I think a lot of us have said the same thing. You see those leaders who are sitting on fours, meaning they're mental, physical, social, and which one am I missing, Pete?
Spiritual,
mental,
physical.
The balance, because somebody else said balance is key earlier. The balance is there. And when you have the balance that's there, I think that's what helps you not care about the repercussions or the consequences of your decisions because you made sure they were professional and they weren't going to get you in trouble. But my thing is, what are we scared of right now? If it's not going to cost you your life or your limb, so what? I really be want to know, what are you scared about?
I really don't think they want to get. I get it. You can't sacrifice yourself for everyone. I get that. No. But sacrificing yourself for no one is crazy. And you have to be strategic when you want to do it. But Pete said, it's not my fault the computer be computing. Yeah, 100%. See that when you donate stars, you get a star by his name, comes right up, pops right up. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. But no, I appreciate that. Philly, what you got to say? I know we're getting close to the end of time, so I'm not sure if you want to bring something else up or end on this topic.
I wanted to, but it'd probably be too long. I'll just comment on the last question. I think everyone. I put it like this: everyone should be getting free the same advantages.
Mm-hmm.
If I got a flight of 10 or 15, the flight of 10, 15 should still get the same advantages. If I'm going to offer an opportunity for someone to lead an event, I'm going to offer it to the 10 to 15. And then, now all 10, 15 is going to be able to lead it, but only 3 of them are not going to be aware of it. They're all going to be aware of it. Now, if it gets to a point, 2 or 3, I keep going to the same opportunities, the same type of development, and they're not receiving it, then yeah, I'm not going to sit there and waste my time with them the whole time. I'm going to tell them, like, look, bro, I'm giving you an opportunity for you to learn, for you to grow as a leader, an opportunity to potentially go to the next rank, but you're not taking it. So at some point, you got to decide for yourself, what do you want to do? Because what I'm not going to do is sit there and waste my time with 2, 3 people who just don't get it, whereas the other, 12, bad math, 12 are getting after it. Because here I am trying to convince you to do your job and to achieve, and these other 12 are doing it. And I'm leaving them in the sauce. So I will probably go back to those 3 and I think that's the key thing. You got to have a conversation with them. You can't just say, oh, well, I'm not going to give them anything and turn your back on them, because they may not know.
Yep.
So we're going to sit down. We're going to have a conversation. Say, hey, look, man, all these opportunities I'm giving you, you're not performing. So I'm going to give you another chance and then go from there. But yeah.
Devon, I want to push back on your comment. You said also if they are bad at execution.
Yes. Well, Gary, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I mean, my thought process, and tell me if I'm off, if they're bad at execution, you just got to spend some more time with them. But it's really on you if you want to put in that much amount of time. Now, I understand you can't do it with everybody, but it goes back to why we're in the military. If we got to go to war and you're not an expert marksman shooter, that don't mean I just don't use you. You still got to go out there and shoot. Hopefully I train you beforehand to be able to get the task done. And so if you have somebody that's bad at execution, you just got to spend extra time with them. Now, not every situation is going to call for that. You need your superstars that just get it like that to be able to step up when it's that time. But when you have the time, autonomy, and your ability to train them and get them ready, everybody should be moving, should be stepping together. I'm not saying that the same line. The line should be able to move a little bit. But what I'm saying is that everybody should be moving forward. Execution over time, not just one opportunity. Yeah. I get you that. Go ahead, Philly. You say you want to say something.
No, I was going to share a story to kind of illustrate this point. Like, I think when I remember one time when I got in trouble as a staff sergeant in Yokota, when I got in that fight, and
you didn't.
I was going to another flight.
Somebody out of goddamn building. That's not a fight.
Well, actually, I did. I'm not proud of it, but and you're not going to mention this during my retirement. I'm sure my boss will.
A fight is when you get into a fight. It's one-on-one. You're on the street, solid ground. It's even. When you try to throw somebody off the 13th floor, that's not a fight.
Well, to my defense, I was still wearing Timberland boots back then, so I was I had a little bit of Philly. I mean, I lost. I didn't lose it, man. But anyway, I digress. So after that incident, I was labeled in the squadron as bad attitude, all this other stuff. And so my commander at the time and the chief, they were aware of what happened, but they didn't know the whole story. So what I did, I wanted to get a decoration before I went to my next base. So what I did was I went to the chief and I told him, hey, this is what happened. I gave him the whole story. I said, this is where I went wrong.
God, dog. Yes, I'm not touching nothing.
I didn't do nothing. I did.
Look, he's coming. All right, he's back on.
What happened?
Go ahead.
Did you do this on purpose?
No.
All right, I'm going to hurry up.
Did I do
Okay.
on purpose?
All right. Okay. What was I? Oh, yeah. So anyway, I told the chief what happened. So when it came time for the chief to advocate for me to get a decoration based on my current performance, it was a lot easier than me not going to him. So the reason why I bring that up is I won't mention names, but in a specific assignment, there was an individual that got in trouble at their previous base. They were removed from a job. That commander decided to push them to another unit because what they did was apparently so bad. So this individual just left the base and came to my unit. And when they came to my unit, the only thing they said was, "Hey, I'm glad you're here. You take care of people." That's it. So then I found out 2 months later, a month later, this command chief at her former base, I said her, I shouldn't have said that. This command chief at a former base reached me and said, "Hey, DC, let me tell you about this individual." And so then not only that, the chief of that individual reached out to me and said, "Let me tell you about this individual." Then not only that, his commander came to me and said, "Let me tell you about this individual." Throughout that whole exchange, that individual in question never came to me and said, "Hey, let me tell you my story." And so this issue happened at her former base. I said her again. At the former base. So
Y'all love
her
her.
former commander decided to give her a referral EPB about what happened. And so the leadership within my unit was like, "Yo, we got to do something to help them out. This isn't right. They're doing them wrong." I said, "Why would you say that? How do we know? We weren't there. You're just going off what they're telling you. Like, if it didn't happen, let it go through its course." There is a proper process of how this happens. But what we will do is they will have a clean slate here. While they're here, they have a clean slate. We're not going to hold whatever happened to her or to them against them at their last base, but they still need to go through the process from their last base. So anyway, the cut it short. What I'm getting at is that people need to know, if you're trying to get something or someone to advocate for you, sometimes you got to lay out all the cards. Go to the individual, tell them the story, no matter how difficult it is. "Hey, look, Colonel Peterson, I'm gonna let you know at my last base, this was said that they said I did this allegedly. This is what really happened. I don't agree with them. It's not right. But I would appreciate it if you listen to my side of the story." At the least, now you've got 2 different sides. But when you leave it up to somebody else to tell your narrative, what you expect is going to happen.
Not the whole
Hopefully that
phase.
makes sense.
Not the whole phase. It's crazy.
Whole
All right.
phase. What's that?
Don't worry about it. I have a repeat of Friday. It is okay. It's Sunday. Soulful Sunday.
Lord.
Okay?
Yeah.
Facts. All right. Hey, appreciate for everybody for being on the show, man. I have to go to the restroom because we've been sitting here too long. So we'll go ahead and cut the show a little short. But I appreciate everybody being on here, man. All the comments, all the stars that were donated, really appreciate it. Can we get a woo or oh yeah?
Oh yeah!
Hey, that almost worked out perfectly like we planned it. So appreciate that, man. Keep them coming. Keep the comments coming. We have shirts that we need to give out. We have a bunch of t-shirts. Jess, I still owe you a t-shirt. So we have a bunch of shirts that we're giving out. So I will give these out. I think there's a couple people on here. I will reach back out to y'all, get your address, your sizes, and we'll send you a free Unpopular Celebrity t-shirt that you can rock around, wear around. Devon, we don't have 3Xs, so we can't give you one. But when we get the big and talls, we'll go ahead and hook you up. But
get him, Devon. Get him, Devon. Get him. Get him.
Just joking. That's why I call every NCO phase. I want to great conversation. Hey, appreciate it, Chip, for coming on here. Congratulations with the skill bridge. Devon said he lost weight. Yo, when you weigh 300 and you lose 10 pounds, that's not weight.
Wow.
That just means you woke up in the morning. No, I'm just joking. You my dog. I'm just joking. I'm getting you back for getting on Philly. But anyway.
Fatality.
We'll be back on.
That's all I'm gonna say. Like,
wow.
If Pete did the shirts, it's gonna be spelled. Yeah, probably.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
All right, we'll be back on later on the week. We're doing more program, more shows and stuff like that. So see us later on the week, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday. But I think it's working that we're putting out the advertisement early, so we'll keep doing that. Keep looking out for it. Philly, off to you. Jess, off to you. One of y'all, and then we'll be gone.
Ladies first.
Oh, I was gonna be like Whitney Houston and say the best for last, but go.
Oh, okay, all right, I'll do. All right, so we're clear before I turn over to Jess. Hey, I echo comments. Thank y'all for listening. Appreciate it. Also, the schedule, we'll do a better job of putting the schedule out so you can catch us. Like Peace alluded to, we're going to have a couple of more shows coming up too. And then also, let's not sleep on the Facebook and YouTube page. When y'all go back and y'all watch it again, add some comments on there. Or if y'all got ideas for shows or topics or something we missed, drop it in the comments, man. We appreciate y'all.
Especially the YouTube, man. Go ahead and subscribe on there. We had a new subscriber come on, so I appreciate you coming on, man. We can see every time you subscribe, so thank you. Jess, off to you. Bring us home.
And we do. We want to say thank you again. Y'all provide so many meaningful conversations that allow us to come outside of our comfort zone. Obviously, we love that. And we're going to work on peaking in his logistics of making sure we don't get cut out when we begin ready to ramp up the conversation. But thank y'all so much for always tuning in and giving us so much to discuss and talk about with you all.
Unpopular celebrities, y'all. We out of here. Peace.